Hello and welcome to Heybridge Health and Social Care Department. I'm going to give you a little bit of information about what we do here at Heybridge in sixth form in health and social care. The department is very successful and very popular. The course itself is widely recognised. I'll talk more about the course later. But there's ever such a lot of job availability and career availability in the health and social care sector. I think the pandemic that we've had has shown very clearly how important health and social care practitioners are, and quite rightly so. But that does mean that courses like this become even more popular because it's very obvious that people are needed in these areas, and a certain type of person would work very well in those sorts of areas. We do a unit-based structure, which is quite attractive for a lot of students. We do portfolio, which is extended pieces of writing like coursework pieces, as well as examinations. We're a very, very dedicated team. We're very passionate about what we do, and we will make sure that we support you in every way that we can and really try to get you to maximise your abilities, both academically and personally too. And of course we very much look forward to meeting you, hopefully in September. The team is quite a small team. Myself, Miss Laidlaw and Miss Corcoran will be teaching you. I tend to do the majority of the A-level lessons. Miss Corcoran helps me out a little bit at sixth form and at Key Stage 4. We've got quite a strong tradition in the school. We have a very popular Key Stage 4 course, and a lot of those students will carry on into sixth form to carry on the study of health and social care. We do have a purpose-built classroom that we teach health in, but as the popularity of the course has grown, we've outgrown our space a little bit. But you can see in the pictures that we've got quite vibrant displays. We do quite a lot of research. We do loads of interesting work. We've got computers for when we're doing coursework, and obviously we've got just a usual classroom setup for when we're doing exam preparation and so on. We very much are learner-centered, so we cover up the Btec qualification in health and social care, which I will talk more about later, but we try to make sure that students are very much at the centre of what we do. We try to make sure not only do we deliver the content that you need for the health and social care work that you're trying to do itself, but also thinking about those skills that you're going to develop and carry on into your next steps and into employment. So we try to make sure that you are very well versed in things like research, extended writing, meeting deadlines. All of those things are massively important for higher education, but also we think about future employment, things like teamwork, and those are the focus of what we do in lessons, as well as the actual content that we're trying to deliver. In terms of what you'll study, it's a 2-year course, but the beauty of this course is that it's broken up slightly. So in both year 12 and year 13, you will have one examination unit and you will have one portfolio or coursework unit. And you can see there the basic areas that we cover. There's a lot more information on the website about the nitty-gritty of these units, but that just gives you a little overview of the sorts of things that you'll be looking at. And both years are the same. You do an examination and a portfolio. So we're looking at skill set in both of those areas. We do encourage students to try and organise some work experience. It's not like in the old days in the past where I could arrange for people to go out and work experience. We have to get students to do this themselves really and in their own time. We do have a lot of support in school for getting work experience placements, but if you're interested in going into health and social care work areas and degrees, then some work experience does go very far in actually encouraging universities to want to take you because you've got some additional experience on top of your qualifications about that particular area. So for example, you might be able to get some work experience in a primary school or in a nursery or in a care home. Sometimes if you're very lucky, you might be able to get work experience in a hospital. It's pretty tough to come by those places, but we have had a number of students that have had work experience in those areas and found that obviously really, really useful for their long-term career development. Also through sixth form we get a lot of masterclasses, and quite a few of those are health and social care based. So sometimes, for example, you might get a masterclass on midwifery or nursing or whatever it might be, and they're quite useful for students if you've got a particular interest in that particular career area. We're talking a lot about careers, and there's a list there of the sorts of roles that my students go on to. There are lots and lots of areas, too many for me to mention here, but there are quite a few common ones that you can see. Nursing is very popular, midwifery has been very popular with my students over the last few years. I tend to get a lot of teachers coming through, lots of people are going into social work, mental health, counselling. There is an endless list of career opportunities. Most of the career opportunities are now degree based, so the health and social care qualification gives you a good step into that higher education, and then obviously into the workplace ultimately. I did mention that we follow the Btec qualification. It's a really, really well recognised qualification. It's absolutely got parity with A-levels. The difference between a Btec and a linear A-level is just the way in which we assess the work. So the fact that you have some examination work and some portfolio work is really, really popular for some students because they like that combination. We also break it down, so you do 2 units in year 12 and 2 in year 13. The information about health and social care there talks about the many jobs that there are available, and demand for those jobs across health and social care, education, early years is constantly growing. So it's absolutely fabulous preparation for those people who maybe want to go on to work with people. We think a lot about communication skills, we think a lot about caring skills, empathy being shown, and therefore we feel that our students are very, very ready for higher education, but also ultimately going into a caring kind of profession and working with people ultimately, and using all of those skills that they've built up to do a fabulous job there. It's a very, very popular course, it's extremely successful, and I think part of the reason for the excellent pass rate and achievement is because students have got a real passion for the area. A lot of my students know that that's what they want to do. I want to be a teacher, I want to be a nurse, and this is obviously not a preparation for that job in itself, but it does give you a good stepping stone into higher education for those sorts of areas. A little bit of additional information about the sorts of combination of subjects that my students often take. So we are looking at the health and social care sector across the board. We are looking at the content that you need to do very, very well in the qualification, but also approaches that are going to be important when you're in higher education, when you're in the world of work. As I mentioned before, things like problem solving, teamwork, analysis, all of those things that are really important. In terms of what combination of subjects students do, there are a couple of good examples of the combination of subjects that might be available to you. So for example, somebody who wants to go down a nursing or midwifery route might take health and social care alongside one of the sciences, perhaps biology, and then a third subject. Psychology is a very popular one, sociology is a very popular one, and that helps to then move into degree level study for nursing. Sociology is, as I said already, a popular choice to go along with health and social care, and that tends to suit students who want to go more into the social care side of things, the counselling side of things, mental health side of things. Another example is sport. You can do sport at A-level at Heybridge or a Btec qualification, and a lot of students want to go into teaching or maybe physiotherapy, occupational therapy, those sorts of areas. And then psychology is mentioned there as well. A lot of degrees that you go on to do can be pure. So for example, you might go on to do a pure psychology degree, and it's a nice stepping stone for that. So a little bit of information that I've given you about the course that we offer. The combination of portfolio work and examination work, which makes it very, very attractive to many people. It's a very good stepping stone into a really wide variety of careers moving forward, and it's got actual parity to go in alongside A-levels with your Btec qualification to do the degree qualifications that you might be looking to as your next steps. There's loads more information on the school website should you need it. As I say, we're very, very passionate about the subject area here, and we are a very supportive team, and we really, really look forward to welcoming you in September if you decide to take health and social care as one of your options, which I really hope that you do. Thank you.